Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done this series. I think it's been like a year and a half, so I'm excited to get back to it. Yesterday I asked you guys on Twitter what fan film I should react to, and so many of you linked me to Neville Longbottom and the Black Witch. So that's what we're going to look at today. It's made by a channel called Muggleflix. I linked both their channel and this fan film down below, so check them out if you want. I've heard really good things about this film, so I'm excited to watch it. As always, I'm going to dissect it as both a film student and as a Harry Potter fan, and at the end, I'll rank it out of 10 based on what I think about it. So, let's get into it. Before we get into the video, I want to thank today's sponsor, Established Titles. Thanks to them, I am now an official Lord. How did I do it? I'm glad you asked. Established Titles is a project based on Scottish customs, where if you own land in Scotland, you become an official laird, or in English, a lord or a lady. The company allows literally anyone to buy as little as 1 square foot of land, and because you own that land, you're now a lord or a lady. The certificate features a unique plot number, which allows you to see the exact location of your land. And this not only makes you seem like a boss to your friends and family, but it also supports global reforestation efforts. Established Titles works with global charities like One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future, and they plant a tree with every single order. So it's a fun way to preserve the picturesque woodlands of Scotland. And you don't have to get it for yourself. Imagine how cool of a gift this would be. You could literally be like, here, I bought you land in Scotland, so you're now Lord So-and-so. That would blow their mind. With this purchase, you can officially change your name, so you can put it on your credit card. Heck, you could even put it on your dating profile. What a conversation starter that would be. Established Titles is actually running a massive sale right now. Use the discount code and link MovieFlame10 to get 10% off, which you can find linked down below. And something really cool, the first 200 people to use my link will get a plot next to me, so you can say you're neighbors with MovieFlame. It's a great deal and a great way to support the channel, so join me and become a lord or a lady. Now, let's get the video started. So I'm assuming this is going to be about Bellatrix torturing Neville's parents into madness and trying to find the Dark Lord.
The one with the power to vanquish the Dark Lord approaches.
Starting off with the prophecy, I like that.
Not Harry, please, no! Take
Oh, those were Lily's last lines before she died. I think we heard that in The Prisoner of Azkaban and as well as in the Deathly Hallows too.
You're okay. It's okay. He's gone now. Don't be scared. You're safe. Neville.
Okay, what they just did here is amazing. So the prophecy could have been about Harry or Neville. So what they did here is they perfectly paralleled the two by showing Lily dying in front of Harry, and then they cut to Neville and his mother. That's great. Oh, shit. This is straight out of a horror movie. Honestly, adding the fact that Bellatrix was stalking the Longbottoms before she did what we all know she's going to do, that makes it so much more like scary and more terrifying. I love the plants growing off of Neville's name, which of course alludes to his love of herbology. Also, most probably don't know how hard it is to get this shot. Like, look at this with the shadows and the light coming in through the trees. That's magnificent. That's not easy.
Hi, Neville. You can't have it. Not yet, eager little wizard.
Now that's a cool little detail, because the wand that he's reaching out for is of course the wand he would later inherit after his father was attacked. That also brings up one of my favorite fan theories, which I think is appropriate to bring up considering what we're watching. But it says that Neville was rubbish at magic for all of those years because the wand didn't choose him the way it chose Harry and everybody else. Because it wasn't his wand, it was his father's. That's why he was no good at magic. And then as soon as he got his own wand, he came into his own.
You better hurry. The portkey leaves at 9:15 today. It's a Menky Boot in Burnwood Forest.
Menky Boot. Good call to the first ever portkey we saw.
Why are they all standing around that manky old boot? That isn't just any manky old boot, mate. It's a portkey.
Don't worry, I'll find it.
I've got to say, I love Frank's sweater here because it's very similar to the one that we saw him in the movies, and honestly, it's kind of similar to the one that Neville wore during the Battle of Hogwarts. It's a small but meaningful detail, I think.
Do you think Dumbledore's sending you to Albania?
If he still thinks Voldemort's hiding out there, then probably.
That's a nice addition with Albania there, because that's of course where Dumbledore suspected Voldemort was, and Dumbledore being Dumbledore, he was of course right.
Don't go catching all the dark wizards without me.
I never could.
I really like Alice and Frank's dynamic here. They're like this dynamic duo of Aurors. I was so disappointed in the movies because they were like Frank Longbottom the Auror and his wife. Like she wasn't an Auror either.
Of the Auror Frank Longbottom and his wife! Name!
That always bothered me because she was a badass Auror too.
I'll come in as soon as Augusta gets here.
Augusta, that's of course Neville's grandmother who ended up raising him.
Reports that Sirius Black has been caught and sentenced to Azkaban.
Okay, I love that little detail with Sirius Black. That was a nice touch.
All right, you old boot. Where are you?
Oh man, I can tell something's about to go down. I love that POV shot. It adds a lot of suspense. Oh damn, he's getting ambushed. What is that, 4-on-1? I guess that makes sense because it would be like Bellatrix, Rodolphus, Sebastian, and Barty Jr. Okay, so how did a fan film do a better forest chase scene than Deathly Hallows Part 1? Please tell me. I always disliked that scene in Deathly Hallows Part 1 because they utilized the shaky cam technique way too much. You can't even tell what's going on and it always kind of made me feel sick. But it's pretty good here. Also, the effects in this fan film are top notch so far. I'm very impressed with that. Oh, get the boot! Get the boot! Oh, he missed it. He missed it.
Hello, handsome.
Bellatrix.
Let's go somewhere a little more private. Shall we?
Oh my god. Bellatrix looks and sounds amazing. Okay, so most people probably won't notice this, but this transition was absolutely amazing. So they zoom in on Frank's face to make it the centerpiece of the shot, right? That's the last shot of that scene. And then the first shot of the next scene is framed the same way, but instead with Alice's face. It sort of makes this like perfect parallel. My film brain just had to say that and like point it out to you guys.
Alice, Frank was absent from our meeting this morning. Aurors have been sent to search for him. Stay where you are, Dumbledore.
I've got to say the acting, and especially the voice acting so far, has been excellent. So I guess this is the scene where they torture Frank into madness. It's interesting that Alice isn't there. I'm curious how that will play out because she too was tortured with Frank there in the book. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Where is the Dark Lord? You're on Dumbledore's puppy. You know where he's gone. Where is the Dark Lord?
I'm not telling you anything.
I love how Frank is showing his bravery, something that we were always told he had so much of.
I really didn't want to have to bring dear, sweet Alice into this.
Well, there we go. That's how they bring Alice in. Interesting, though. Is he already tortured into madness when she's gonna come? I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
But I won't. If you tell me where he is. Piece of cake.
The truth is, I never liked cake.
Oh, let's go! Frank is a freaking badass. I love it. I love how the echo of his scream carried into the next scene. It really accentuates like the significance of that spell, which will ultimately torture him into madness, I assume.
Colorporters!
Alice, it's Augusta.
Okay, that's a nice fake out. My heart was going, to be honest. That was good. Hold up, pause. Yes, they have Augusta in the clothes that Neville put Snape in when he was the boggart. Oh my god, that's fantastic. I love that little attention to detail. The green with like the oh man, that's amazing.
I'm going to Benwood Forest to look for him.
You're not going anywhere. Dumbledore's
He's my husband, Augusta.
and my son.
Well, I'm going to find your son, and not even Dumbledore can stop me.
You have all the tenacity of a Longbottom. Go.
That's a nice back and forth there. I really like that. I love how Augusta's respect for her daughter-in-law just like is earned right in front of the audience, and the fact that she's calling her a true Longbottom, that's so meaningful.
I love you. Be brave, little wizard.
So that's probably the last thing that Alice says to Neville, and I think, wait, hang on, I'm gonna go back. So if we go back,
I love you.
yeah, so that was the last thing that Frank said to him as well. That's a nice detail, because it's like they both said I love you to Neville, which is kind of like the last time that they'll be in their right minds when they see him.
Take good care of him.
Man, every line in this movie is just so well thought out. So Alice saying take good care of him to Augusta right before she leaves, probably for the last time in her right mind, it's so powerful, because that's exactly what Augusta does. She takes care of him and raises her as her own. I'm very impressed with this film so far, I have to say.
Frank.
I love how the voice is cut out and then in comes the ringing. It's a really cool way to add suspense to your scene. Actually, the Order of the Phoenix film did this when Sirius died. That might have been where they got it, but they use it very efficiently here. I really like it.
Hello, gorgeous.
Oh no. Oh no. I love how they add that little duh each time the camera pans over to another one of them. That's a nice touch.
Stupefy! Just save him!
Man, they really left their mans behind. That's cold. That's cold. I have to say, I wish we were able to tell and like identify who was who, because I don't know which one they just left there. I think it was probably Barty Jr., not Sebastian and Rodolphus. I'm gonna assume that because the brothers wouldn't leave each other behind. But if it's Barty Jr., they're like, screw it, he's good. Yeah, we're cool. He's good. The Oris can have him.
What do you want?
I have to say, I'm so impressed with how they make each scene and each transition flow so seamlessly. I've pointed out a few examples of this, and for this one, like cutting to Neville crying was genius, because it's almost as if he knows his mother was just kidnapped. It also adds a lot of emotion for the audience too, because we go from something bad that just happened to the hero of the story, and then it's followed by a baby crying, which only heightens the feeling of doom. Okay, pause. Okay. That picture is taken straight from Pottermore art of the Longbottom family. Even the frame is the same shape. Also, I just noticed that the wallpaper is the same one that has the Pottermore art of Neville and Augusta. Wow, so much attention to detail here. I absolutely love it. Hang on. I just realized I might have seen this film before. I'm pretty sure I tweeted something about this. Hang on. I have to go way, way back. I did see this before. I tweeted this. I don't know if you could see. I'll show it. I said, I bet no one even noticed they did this. LOL, this is dope. Props to @MuggleFlix. And then I have like the Pottermore art. Alright, yeah. So I've seen this movie before. I don't remember it. I do not remember it. I remember tweeting that, but I don't remember seeing the movie. I might have just seen that like one little scene and tweeted about that. I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember it, so we'll move on. Screw it, I'll keep reacting to it like I've never seen it, because I don't remember it.
Frank!
She's built different. She said, get off me. The two different men, man. Badass.
Frank! Frank! Frank!
Oh no. So he doesn't remember her.
Frank! It's Alice!
Oh, this is heartbreaking. So he's already lost his mind at this point. Great acting, by the way. Great acting right here. Oh, shit.
Wouldn't bother with that. Stopped responding hours ago. You're a pretty little thing, aren't you?
Dude, this Bellatrix actress is next level.
Oh, you'll get your turn. Promise.
Where's Barty?
Auras. We had to leave him.
So I was right. Yeah, as the brothers left Barty there, they said, screw him, he's good.
You have a son, don't you? Neville. Neville Longbottom. Terrible name. Poor kid.
Tell us where the Dark Lord is. And maybe I'll let little Neville live. How's that for a bargain?
I'm waiting.
So is your cell in Azkaban.
Oh, let's go! Yo, Frank and Alice both went out as ballers. Both of their last lines, epic. I love it.
Have it your way, pretty.
Oh my god, this cinematography is absolutely beautiful. Cutting back and forth between crying Neville and Alice being tortured, heartbreaking. Having Neville lay down as his mother falls to the ground as well, great touch. Oh, and his head falls back just like his mother's. Wow. Also, this shot right here is beautifully framed and is so haunting. I love how they sort of flip the camera like that.
Filthy blood trails.
Oh, Dumbledore's here! Dang, in the span of 5 seconds, they perfectly depicted like how powerful and how much strength he has. The combination of the music, the shot, and of course the acting. Beautiful. Wow, this is hitting me deep. This kind of actually reminds me, as Dumbledore puts his hand on Alice and Frank, it kind of reminds me of when Harry put his hand on the dead body of Dumbledore. Oh, St. Mungo's Hospital. That's of course where Alice and Frank will unfortunately spend the rest of their lives. Oh, that sign, Janus Thicky Ward. Okay, so that's the spell damage ward. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that was Ward 49, the spell damage ward. Hang on, I'm gonna look that up. Let's see. Boom. Ward 49. I am too good. I am a freaking Harry Potter expert. Okay, that Daily Prophet newspaper is an absolutely incredible effect. I don't think people know how hard it is to make something like that on a fan film budget. So I'm making sure this is appreciated. Good, great job, guys. Great job.
Any improvements?
Is she holding a gum wrapper? That's of course what she gave Neville every time he visited.
They're starting to recognize their regular nurses now.
Yep, there's all the candy and gum that the wrapper came from. Great detail.
But this kind of brain trauma leaves permanent damage.
What about the boy? Will they ever recognize him?
It's hard to say. But the odds don't look good.
Oh, so heartbreaking.
But sometimes the heart remembers what the mind forgets.
Oh, she's giving him the first gum wrapper. Okay, wow. That transition was incredible. I keep saying it, and I'm gonna say it again, because they really make each scene like flow so perfectly with shots like that. The first shot of the next scene always matches up perfectly with the last shot of the scene before it. I don't like it takes so much thought to be able to come up with something like that. So I just gotta give him credit for that, because that's really well done. Really well done.
Neville, time to go. Throw that away. She's probably given you enough to paper your bedroom by now.
So that line is straight from the books. I love that. And I bet he's gonna keep it. He's gonna put it in his pocket just like he did in the book. Yep. There we go. Called it.
Hurry up, Neville. We'll be late for the train. And hold on to Trevor, don't lose him.
Oh, he's going off to his first year of Hogwarts. That's a nice detail. I actually love that the last thing he did before he went to school was go see his parents. That's a great ending right there. That's a great ending. Okay, so my initial thoughts. It was amazing. Amazing acting, amazing cinematography, amazing special effects. Everything was pretty much perfect. Normally when I do this series, I point out flaws, but literally I might have pointed out like one tiny flaw, but then they fixed it later with identifying who Barty Jr. was. But most of the things I pointed out were actually praise. I think the best aspect for me, which I've already said a bunch of times, but I'm gonna say it again because I just want to really harp on this. It's how they made each scene flow so nicely. Each scene has perfect transitions, which makes the movie feel as though it doesn't ever stop. There are no lulls, which is crucial when making such a short and action-filled movie. There are so many great Easter eggs throughout as well, and you can really tell how much attention to detail they put in. I'm very impressed with this movie. I think this is the best Harry Potter fan film I've seen to date. This is now the gold standard for this series because it's a 10 out of 10. Easy scoring, 10 out of 10. I want to give a round of applause to everybody that worked on this movie. Great job, guys. Again, for those watching, I linked this film and their channel Muggleflix down below in the description, so check them out if you want. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Do you think it's a 10 out of 10? Let me know in the comments below. I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say. And also, let me know what fan film I should react to and review next. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. You can follow me on Instagram to see more of my personal life, like my cute dog Loki, and some behind-the-scenes movie flame stuff. I also do similar content on TikTok and Twitter that I do here on this channel. So if you like what I do here, check them out. All the handles are right below me, and links are in the description. Over here are my wonderful patrons. If you want to be featured on the next video, plus get a few other perks, become a patron today. As always, if you liked the video, hit that like button and subscribe, and look out for more great Movie Flame videos on the way.